So basically I want to talk about some terms related to maladaptive daydreaming because, I don't know, I thought it was pretty interesting. Maladaptive daydreaming is obviously a pretty new disorder, so we don't have much to explain what's going on in our head. That's often why people are so emotional when they find the term maladaptive daydreaming itself, because we struggle to describe the things that go in our head. So I figured I'd give you some words and hopefully they'll relate. Well, not hopefully, I mean for your sake, I hope, not hopefully, but for anyone that is struggling to identify the things they are feeling because of maladaptive daydreaming, hopefully these will help with that. Right, okay. So, first thing is, I'll maybe put things on screen. If I don't, it's because I was lazy. But the first thing is the acronym we use for maladaptive daydreaming, because it's a long thing, we know. It's MADD. And the reason it's MADD and not MDD is because MDD means Major Depressive Disorder, and that's already the acronym for the other disorder, which we did, original Maladaptive Daydreaming people, I guess, the community originally used that acronym, but the Major Depressive Disorder community asked for people within the community to stop because it was causing confusion, so now we use MADD as the acronym for Maladaptive Daydreaming. Okay. We use... I'm talking about it like it's a cult. I'm sorry. This is the language of the cult. No. Okay. Typically, para means things within a daydream universe. So, like, people have para me, which is their daydream version of themselves. People also use the word para to describe characters, often because they think, you would know, maladaptive daydreamers get very attached to their characters. They feel more real often than characters would, so they feel uncomfortable using the word characters, hence where the word para came from. Along with that, you also have the word inhabitant that some people like to use. It's up to preference whether you use any of these words or you use different words or you don't use words at all. I'm just sharing some words that you might not have known that you might want to use if you knew they existed. Okay, yeah. Para can also be used as a prefix for pretty much anything. For example, paracosm, which is often used to describe the daydream universe. Along with that, we also have dreamverse or maladaptive dreamverse, daydreamverse. Verse means universe, naturally. There are several types of daydreams, I guess you would say, or daydreamer, I don't know. There are 3 specifically that we've identified so far. There are linear daydreamers who, linear universe, have a linear universe. That means they have one world where everything takes place in one set of characters. Obviously new characters can be introduced, but they always stay within that universe. And it's often one storyline, although things will be added and change and so on and so forth, but it will always stay with that one story. You also get multiple universes who follow a similar idea, except they have the same set of characters or the same storyline features or same setting. Maybe one or two things stay the same, and then there are alternate universes that they come up with. I think I'm a multiple universe. I flip-flop between linear universe and multiple universe, but there'll be days when I can't think of anything to do, so I send them back in time for a while and see what I would have done differently. Well, not what I would have done differently, but what I could have done differently. There are also non-linear daydreamers who have all sorts of daydreams set in all sorts of different places, and they don't follow one set of characters or setting or anything like that. They're just new and fairly random and different in all the different ways. This is the one I'm definitely not, so I don't know much about this one, but I'm hearing a lot of people say that that's also a thing they identify with. So yeah, I can hear people downstairs. This is great. Wow, I'm done already. Okay. One thing which I might bring up a lot because it's obviously my first video topic, and I've covered it again, and I cover it in most videos to do with maladaptive daydreaming, to be honest. But there is a term, in fact, coined for positive maladaptive daydreaming or maladaptive daydreaming that does not negatively impact your life, and it's just called neuronarrative. Or I think traveling was what was used at one point, but it's not used anymore. I don't know if some people still use it. I was hearing that's the old term and now it's neuronarrative. But that is the term for when maladaptive daydreaming is not impacting your life. The way it was explained by someone I saw on Tumblr is that it's all maladaptive daydreamers are neuronarratives, but not all neuronarratives are maladaptive daydreamers, if that makes any sense. So we all do the same neuronarrative actions. It's just that some people are negatively impacted by it, and those are maladaptive daydreamers, where some are not, and they just stay within the neuronarrative term. If that makes any sense. Okay, yeah. Side note as well, if you are a maladaptive daydreamer and you are not on Tumblr, I would strongly suggest that you get on Tumblr. Because that is where, and yes, what's it called? Tumblrisms and stuff that's like otherkin and things like that, which I don't really want to talk about because I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get into it because I'm done arguing my corner on that one. I have many arguments with my friends about it, but Tumblr is one of the most active maladaptive daydreaming communities I have seen in a while, that along with Instagram. But I can't find many on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter or anything like that. They're not very active, but Tumblr is one of the biggest places for maladaptive daydreaming. They're everywhere. They're very educational. There's a lot of them that do case studies, and they do like surveys, and they base stuff on actual research. And it's also where I got most of these terms and where I've learned most of these terms. And I don't know, if you have maladaptive daydreaming, you would be surprised just how much information you can find on Tumblr. Like, even if you just make an account just for maladaptive daydreaming and you don't look at anything else, that would be fine. I'm just saying, like, if you're looking for more research to be had, just because it's a social media site and just because of the stereotypes around Tumblr does not mean it's not reliable sources. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go. This was fun. I'm really hyper. I'm sorry if I didn't make much sense. Goodbye.